Peace, peace, peace. Still clear light bulb lessons. All we need is seven, and seven is God, as you already know. Hey, right now the time on deck is about 10:08 p.m. on the East Coast. I got some of the realest, illest, dopest cats that I personally know. And I'm gonna go around the horn real quick. I'm gonna say their names and then we'll start with Mo. We'll make our way around. Just introduce yourselves, fellas. Let the people out there know who you are, where you live at, where you coming from, type thing. So I'll say my man Big Mo in the house, my man Terrell Harris in the house, my man Lancelot Theobald in the house, and my man Jonathan Lomax in the house. So we're passing to you, Mo. Kick it.
Everybody know they call me Sharon Thomas, aka Big Mo. Why? Because I bring a message of empowerment everywhere I go, man. Tonight we on here building. Tonight we're on here growing. Coming here, shout out from Knoxville, Tennessee, man. Doing our thing, man. And it's good to be on here with family. I'm talking, we family for real, though. Let's do this thing. Let's build.
Terrell, tell them who you are.
Yeah, I'm Terrell Harris. I'm originally from Winchester, Kentucky. I moved out here to Covington, Georgia, down here for my job. I'm just on here live with my brother, man, and trying to make some other brothers, you know what I'm saying? And just out here trying to live, man. That's it.
Oh, Doc, appreciate you, bro. Lance, what up?
What's going on, T.O., and to the rest of the fellas? How y'all doing? My name is Lance Theobald. I'm a former professional athlete turned into performing artist with a purpose. I'm an accomplished actor, but what I'm really most proud of is I have a program called Stuck to Unstoppable. And I help people go from stuck to unstoppable by understanding that you can reinvent yourself and transform yourself into anything that you want at any time in your life. You just have to follow these five keys that I've created. I'm also an author and a host of a television talk show. And more importantly, it's my pleasure to be here building it with these gentlemen here tonight, man.
It's dope, no doubt. Johnny Lomax, what it
What it
do?
do? What it do? You already know, man. This is Jay Loaded. Well, for my stage name, I think I'm just gonna go by the name, my writer's name. It's gonna be Darkman X. Retired Marine here. Um, father, friend, brother. We here to build, man. And try to bring some empowerment to other brothers, other young men, because that's what they need. We're here as what they call it. All of us are in the same age range, so we all OGs on this thing. And
So
for all the young brothers coming in, this is what collective consciousness look like. So we're gonna build on this thing and make it do what it do, brother.
that's it. Hey, topic of the night, fellas. To lead is to follow. To follow is to lead. Whoever wants to go first. To lead is to follow. To follow is to lead. What does that mean to you?
Well,
Go ahead,
Oh,
Terrell.
And I
I,
want
I,
you,
I,
Big
I'll
Mo.
take it.
Take it.
I'll take it. I'll lead by example. I've spent a life trying to lead and do the right thing. But in leading, you have to follow. And I'm going to give you an example. T.O. and I met a little more than a year ago at a awards banquet. And we got to talking. And I'm a leader, but I really dug what he was about, what he was doing, and I followed him, and he inspired me to get my talk show. So although I'm a leader, that's what I've been doing for years. You have to know when you're looking at somebody who is also a leader to be able to follow and follow their blueprint and not be embarrassed to say that I'm following behind somebody that I am impressed with and acknowledging that they have things that I want to be, and as a result, after spending a weekend with him at this award ceremony, I went out searching and found CFW and started my own talk show on Roku, I Define TV. But that's a
no doubt.
direct result of being man enough to say, I like what this man is doing, and I'm man enough to say that I want to follow his lead. And a year later, him and I are on the same. We're doing this right now. We're building together, but it's
Right.
because you have the vulnerability and the ability to say that I'm willing to follow somebody else as a leader.
Man, that's
Mm.
dope. That's real. It's real,
So
bro.
yeah, so y'all know I'm gonna give it to the practical biblical side. Everybody know that I spend some time in the pulpit a lot. So then when I think about to lead is to follow, I'm telling about like my wife, follow me as I follow Christ. So I'm watching because Christ came as
Mm-hmm.
an example. So because I'm a follower of him, it helps me be a better leader for my family. And then so it falls in line. I follow
Mm.
Christ. My wife follows me. The children follow us. So we creating generational leadership because we leading in order to be better followers.
That's
We
That's
real.
real.
following in order to be better
Yeah,
leaders.
that's real right there. That's real.
I'm gonna get cryptic with it.
Come on.
Something I was just thinking about: tangibles and intangibles. Um,
Mm.
the current and the river. You can't see a current unless there's water there for the river to flow.
Mm.
The current is a inanimate, intangible thing that you can't touch. It's just energy that moves. The only way you can see that that energy is moving a certain direction is when you put something tangible like water from a river to put down on a path and then it follows it. Now, should you put a dam there, that river is still going to go up against that dam as much as it can until it either comes to a complete stop and gets redirected or it pushes through the dam automatically. But that current doesn't stop. Current is intangible. It's going to find a way over the dam if there's a dam, if there's any rocks in the river, if there's any ocean life in it, it's going to go over that. The current still exists, but the water follows the current. Now, same thing for the wind. You can't see the wind unless something tangible gets put in it. Dust, fire, debris. It's still moving. The current never stops flowing.
So I got a
The
question.
current never stops flowing. What changes is the element that you put in there that tries to follow it.
Okay, so I got a question. What is the current?
The current is inanimate energy that moves naturally. There's no force to it. It just
So,
goes the way it's supposed to go.
so you saying
Just like
current is just a vision that we seeing, right?
current can be, you can
Because
make current
you got.
anything you want it to
So I'm
be.
saying. So I'm saying though. So current ain't a water.
Current is the
Nah,
energy.
nah. Water's water. You know
Water's
what I
Water,
water,
mean?
bro.
but
Current is
current.
the energy. It's like
But
ether.
what makes a current though? Water makes a current, right?
No, man.
So if
Energy,
you didn't have no
energy.
water, how would you have a current?
No, water is water. Water is going to be water. That's what it is. No matter what it
Yeah.
is, water is water.
So when you said that dam was sitting against that, when that water was sitting against that dam and it moved, so when it moved from that
It was
dam,
the force. It was the force of the current.
Current that moved
It
it.
was the force of the current
I understand
that
that.
was no. Once the water was introduced to the force of the current and it hit that dam had no choice but to break.
Yeah.
Okay, I
And,
see what you're
and,
saying, bro.
Yeah.
and so the
Well,
water just
I got
followed
you.
the
I got you.
current.
Okay.
well,
How does that
The
how does that
think-
relate? How does that relate though? And shout out to my man Gotti. We can't see you though, Gotti. It's I know you out there in Arkansas. It's mad dark. How you doing, Gotti? You there, Gotti?
I think he got the mic on mute.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
mic is
I
You
on
on?
can
mute. We
see
can't
it.
hear you,
I can
Gotti.
see it.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Peace, Gotti. What up, family?
what up, fam?
How
Coming
you,
from a football game. That's why I'm in the car, man. That's why it's so dark.
okay. What you think, Gotti? To lead is to follow, to follow is to lead. What's your thought?
Well, in order to lead, you gotta first learn how to follow. You can't do anything until you learn how. That's why obedience is a big thing. That's why God is always teaching us about obedience. You won't be impactful in whatever you're trying to do if you can't follow simple directions. And sometimes you don't have a lot of time to do things over. Sometimes you got one shot. That's all you got. So
Mm,
if you're trying to be a great leader, first become a great follower first. I tell everybody this. Be a great follower first. Because once you learn how to follow, leading comes easy. It comes easy. Because now they know that you're trained in what you're doing as far as whatever you're trying to do, whether it's ministry, whether it's business, whatever it is. Somebody has already done it before you. Don't mean take the same steps, but learn from those in front of you. Don't take every step that they take because everybody is different. But you can learn and build yourself guidelines or what you say a safety rail to make sure you don't go off the rail when you're doing whatever you're doing. But
peace.
lead, learn how to follow, man. Learn how to follow, and then you can lead. That's me.
That's peace. So, fellas, check this out, man. So that particular question, Lancelot, that particular question, to lead is to follow is to lead. In an aspect of relationships, as men, every man that's on this stream live right now, we know it's a lot of brothers still watching football right now. That's cool. That's peace. But we on here to build until we get to that level to where we all got an understanding and we know that, hey man, we got a cat in Arkansas, we got a cat in New York City, we got a cat in North Carolina, two of us down here in Georgia and one in Tennessee. In terms of to lead is to follow is to lead in relationship wise. I'm gonna ask each one of you, man, and whoever want to jump on it first. Uh, one simple word: chemistry.
Hmm.
Chemistry with your significant other. Chemistry. What's your thoughts in your
I'll take
relationship? Chemistry. Go ahead.
I'll take that one. Chemistry matters on everything, man, because here's the truth of it. The truth of it is a lot of it's been lost. The man is supposed to, it's his responsibility to dictate the chemistry in your household. If your energy is off, everybody else's energy is going to be off. No matter, I don't care how you look at it. You can have, if your energy is good, even if their energy is bad, you can bring them out of a bad situation with your positive energy, or you can put them in a bad situation with your negative energy.
Mm,
But when it comes to chemistry, you have a choice. It's all about free will, man. You can either choose to allow negative chemistry to affect your leadership and how you follow, because a lot of times we got to understand our roles in the relationship too. There are certain things that the Mrs. is supposed to lead in the household, and we take her lead and follow her and say, I got your back, baby. But then there's other things that she's supposed to take our lead and follow us because we're the head of the household. And if you don't have that understanding between the two of you to know where your lanes are, you're gonna be crossing lines, and that's like using the Ghostbusters and what they call it, an anthology. If you cross those streams, we're gonna have a cataclysmic event.
mm. Thoughts, fellas? Anybody else? Chemistry.
Well, when I think of chemistry, I think of two things mixing together as one. And I think sometimes lines are going to get blurred because that's just what relationships are about. But I think you have to have that open communication to be able to
Mm,
have disagreements uh, and to be able to talk it out without being belligerent or belittling. We tend to revert back to what we see when we were growing up. We're products of our historical discourses. And
mm.
sometimes that really affects our relationships because we learn the wrong thing and then we bring that into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? But when I think of chemistry, I think of two things mixing together as one. So the most important thing is to be on the same page. But if you're not on the same page, have the ability to communicate without fighting and without arguing. And that's what I think of chemistry is the ability to coincide and coexist with one another and to not always be on the same page, but to work to get on the same page. You know what I mean? Because life is
That
ever changing. Life is ever changing. And when we have these stern views on how it's supposed to be, never quite works out like that, especially now. Females are different than they were back in the day. So we
Indeed.
have to adapt to that. So that's just my 2 cents on that.
By the way, Lancelot, I'm still in that product of our historical discourses. I'm using that.
Yeah, I wrote it down, yo. Products of our historical discourse.
Hey man,
That's fire right there, yo.
Well, I got
yeah, yes,
honestly,
yes, it
that's
was.
an acting
Hey
term,
man,
but
you make me
you
feel
can use
real
that.
bad. I'm feeling
Huh?
real bad because that that person you talking about is me. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? I'm that what you were
There's nothing to
saying,
feel
man.
bad about, bro. It's just life.
Man, it brought tears to my eyes. I ain't even gonna lie, because man, and my wife is I'm not gonna lie, she's very controlling. I ain't gonna say she's controlling, but we both Leos, and hey man, what you said, man, hey man, you said everything you shouldn't do, I was doing. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? The arguing, the fighting. You talking about the arguing with, ah man, you hit that. Hey man, yeah, yeah, that's
But
me,
that's why
man.
you here though to get better though, man. You
Yeah,
Indeed.
get you hear all these other brothers are
yeah. I
on
suppose I
here
need to listen, man. I
to
need to,
give you a different insight and different perspective,
yeah.
so
I
you
need
don't
all the
have
pills
to end
that's in
up
my
being a
brain, man.
victim. Yeah, you don't have to be a victim, as Lancelot said, or a product of our historical discourses.
How long
Man,
you been
man,
married, Lancelot? How long
I've
you
man,
been
been married?
married 20 years.
Oh wow,
Wow.
you
man,
got
I'm
us all
married
beat.
to a
man.
really strong ass black woman. you
Help,
know
help
um
me,
you
help me,
know
I'm
but
begging.
you in order to be able to, it's a give and take. You know
Yeah,
what I
no
mean?
doubt.
And you got to sometimes relinquish some of your strength as a leader in order to flow upstream without, turbulence. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's sometimes it's a give. It's a give, and then sometimes it's a take. But you
Right.
got to learn. You don't have to, but it's important to understand when you're trying to go in the same direction. It's better to have peace. It's better to understand her historical discourses and why your wife
Peace.
may be the way she is. Why is she so confrontational? It's
Hmm.
because she got daddy issues. Okay,
No
well, I
doubt.
need to step back a little bit. Now understand that's not about me. That's about her. But because I love her, I understand that and I'm going to deal with that.
That's
I'm,
real.
I'm
Man,
gonna take that. I'm gonna take that L. I'm gonna take that L.
No
I'm gonna let you
doubt.
talk your shit because
man,
I love you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we trying to go
Right.
upstream. But I
Yeah.
understand you.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
That takes a lot
upstream.
though. You know what I'm
Write that
Mm.
saying?
down for me. Write that down, upstream. That's where I want to go, man. Upstream with my wife. I want to go upstream, man. Man, Lance. All right,
Have
go
you
ahead,
have you
man.
ever prayed for your wife, Terrell?
Man, every morning, I'm not
No, no,
gonna lie.
no.
My,
With her, with her.
listen, every morning I wake up before I go to work. I grab my wife and I say, "Baby, let's say a prayer." I
Yeah.
pray with her. Sometimes I ask her to lead the prayer. Sometimes I'll lead the prayer. You hear me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what do
No
And
you
so
doubt.
ask
every
for? If you
morning,
don't if
I
you don't
try
mind me
every morning.
asking, what do you ask for, Terrell?
I ask for peace. I
Yeah.
ask for God. I ask for God to take things that's bad in my mouth out. I ask for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I learned something about prayer though that I didn't know. And I'm not that man about the Bible or anything like that, but I believe in God. So
Hmm.
I
Right.
learned something about praying. You don't keep asking God for the same thing over and over and over again because He's gonna do what He's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So you ask for it one time and relax off of that. But I wake up. Hey, my wife is my witness. I wake up every morning and pray with my wife before I go to work. I get up at 5. I get up at 5:30 in the morning every morning, except for in the morning. But I pray with
He
my
said
wife.
except for in the
I pray
morning.
with her in the morning
He
when
said
I'm
except
off
for in the morning.
That's real. Next
because
question,
I'm off
fellas.
on Thursday.
Next question. Next question. When do you feel the most loved by your partner? When do you feel the
Wow.
most loved by your partner? Mo, what's on your
Okay,
heart?
can I go there? Can I go there? Can I go? Can I get this
Now
one?
we're gonna go with Mo. Hold your thought. Hold your thought, real.
Okay.
Mo, when do you feel most loved by your partner?
So, on the majority of the relationships I've been in, I always thought love was buying this and buying that and doing this and take you to travel restaurants and stuff like that. When I got married, took my wife to so many different countries and stuff. I'm thinking, man, she about to show me the love, and I didn't get the response that I thought I was gonna get because my wife
Mm,
wasn't moved by that stuff. She's not a materialistic person. Even when I stepped outside of my relationship, my wife looked at me and said, "Baby, I still you hurt me, but I still believe in you." She said, "You are not your mistakes." I've learned more and more that what my wife loves more than anything, all she wants to see is my relationship with the Lord grow. So when I'm in my element, leading and following Christ, I can really see the love and the chemistry to where we can even complete each other's sentences. Because we're not a perfect couple, but when we both follow in Christ, we become a powerful couple.
That's what's
Mo,
up.
are you saying that Mo because Cindy is sitting back there behind you, bro?
She in the bed. She in the bed.
Man,
That's what's up.
man, Gotti, you're not married, correct, Gotti?
Yeah, I'm married, bro.
How long you been married, Gotti?
This be going on second year. You know, I got married the last time when I left the men's conference in Georgia
Oh,
that year
that's
last year. Yeah.
okay. When do you feel most loved by your partner, bro?
Oh, that's easy. When I'm vulnerable, when I open up to her, when I don't sit there and try to be a tough protector all the time. One thing that your wife want to know about you is who you really are, and the only way that she gonna know that is if you willing to open up. And a lot of guys they try to keep this shell. They don't want to talk about that. That's including talking about your past, what you've been through. Once your wife understands what you've been through, she know how to handle you. She know what sets you off. She knows what turns you on. You know what I mean? She
Mm,
knows what you like, your dislike, from your clothes to the food you like to eat. So you have to be open. You can't be the dictator all the time of the relationship. You can't always call the shots. It's a 50-50 thing. She is a help me, not a pushover. So that's with that being said, you gotta always, like I say, be open both ways. Just go both ways now. Explain things about yourself. Let her explain things about herself. You guys agree on what you need to know about each other. But I tell men all the time though, sit back sometime and just watch your wife. Don't
Mm.
always, come in there and interact with her. Sit back and watch her. You get to learn a lot of things just by watching. You
mm,
know, a lot of if you do that, you can learn her like to the T. You can almost finish her sentences, bro.
Man,
that's
I love
real.
that.
So that's why I go.
That's real.
I love that
Wh-
because my wife encourages my vulnerability, and especially when I be it's time for me to cry and I try to hold it in. She's like, "Baby, let that stuff go." And when I cry, I love the fact that she allows me to be vulnerable, but not try to strip my manhood. Still looks for a way to try to build me up. So man, I'm grateful for the woman of God that I got.
Real. What's on your heart?
Man, that's a good question, baby daughter. Um, what I can say about my wife, the how I know that she loves me, and how I can tell is because every day that we can be fighting, and I can still see the love in her eyes for me. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And just I can just if she walks in the room, I feel love from my wife. There's no time that I don't feel love from my wife. You know what I'm saying? The problem is she feeling love from me
Mm.
Hmm.
from when I look at you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
You gotta ask her.
It's just
You gotta look at her face and just ask her. She do.
yeah. But
She do.
there's no certain point. Everybody's sitting there saying, "Well, uh, like Mo said, when I take her on the cruise, we're on the cruise or somewhere, wherever you took her all over the world, you want to find that love. Now, I want to sit in this mud and see if I can find the love. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I can get the love, then that's what. There's no end to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to word it like y'all word it, but it's just I don't want no moment. Oh, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, and you don't love me. I don't want that moment. I want you to love me when I'm looking at you. Every time I walk in that room, I want you to love me. There ain't no
Yeah.
time where you don't love me.
No
Feel
doubt.
me?
Yeah.
Uh, P.S. Me,
That's
man.
real. I
Love
think,
all the
man,
time. If I can't get that love all the time,
yeah. I
and
think
I
I
feel that from
feel
my wife.
that's good. That's good, bro. And y'all been married, you and Tony, you been married how long? About a year?
A year and 4 months.
Yeah. But y'all
You know,
seasoned though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Y'all seasoned though. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I don't know. I'm 49. I know pretty much everybody else on here around the same age, maybe a little bit more, give or take. But you said something yesterday, Terrell. You said you get older and you just do better. At least you should. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I think, that question is real, fellas. When do you feel most loved by your partner? I think collectively we could
That
all see that
answer,
as
that answer to
yeah,
me, the answer to me says all the time. That's
yeah.
what it should be if you're married.
Nah.
That ain't
Nah, ain't.
it.
Lance.
Nah,
I
it's
see you. I see you.
That ain't
Sorry
real.
about
Tell
that.
me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm trying to learn, bro. I'm trying to learn.
I
It's not reality.
Yeah, that's
It's
I
not
don't want to say
reality.
anybody's wrong, but marriage, that's not reality to be loved all the time. You know what I mean? Especially
How can you not though? Why would
um
you marry somebody you don't love at one moment?
because you have disagreements, you know what I mean? You don't see
But that
things
don't
the
mean you
same
still
way.
stop loving them though,
No, that's
right?
true. That's true. Then they never, you don't hate each other.
But you
You know
don't
what I mean?
feel it.
But that in love and you start questioning. We have
I mean,
these
yeah,
conversations
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
time.
I
You know what
got
I'm
you.
right.
saying? We have these for me, because I'm so set in what I'm trying to do with my life, man. You know what I mean? I've been after, I was told since I was 17, I'm a beacon of positive light to any of the people around the world. So I've been on that mission. And that
Indeed.
mission gets lonely for the wife because I was as motivated 20, 30 years ago as I am now to
That's real.
continue my plan. So when you're like that, there's a lot of times she's by herself and
Right.
she questions many times, you know what I mean? Why are you doing this? You said you were going to be this by this time. You know what I mean? And she begs for time. And sometimes she does, she doesn't support. But the bottom line is she allows you to be you. Whether she likes it or not, she supports you. She don't always like it. She don't always love it. But there's a thing about love, that unconditional love when even when
Yes.
y'all fighting, she loves you enough
He
to
froze.
support what you're trying to do. And for me, that's the kind of love I want. You know what I
Indeed.
mean? Because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any of you
And
guys have children?
yes, I
I
have.
Yes.
I know you do, Tio.
Yeah.
I personally
Go on,
feel
Ebo,
love the
answer that
most.
question.
I feel love the most when I see her loving on my children because my children are an extension of me.
of yourself.
Nothing that I do in my relationship is about me. Nothing.
Mm.
Absolutely nothing. When I get up in the morning, I get up with a
Okay.
purpose so I can take care of my family. When the things that I do, when I'm on here talking to other brothers like I am right now, is to enrich me to make me a better husband and a better father so I can treat my children and I can treat my wife better. But when I feel like that love is reciprocated the most is when I see that on my children because she may not be able to directly love me because I'm just an individual. I'm a particular type of person. But when you give that love to my children,
Hmm.
bro, that's the if you took a titanium, whatever the hardest metal is, and wrap that around my children is the easiest thing that can break all of that down before anything else. Everything on the outside is going to get rejected, but my children can break me down quicker than anybody else in this world. So when I see them being loved on by her, I'm good.
Even if y'all beefing.
Even if we beefing, bro, because it ain't about me.
Mm.
It ain't about me at that point because when we beefing, I get quiet because I've learned that my mouth gets it makes the situation worse. So I've had to learn to ask God to temper my tongue.
So
That's my exact prayer. Lord, temper my tongue so I don't say something because the power of life and
that's a
death is
prayer I
within the
be
tongue.
asking.
Hmm.
So if I shut my mouth
But I got
and I seclude and I go back into myself and I say, okay, let me just shut up. She can know I'm mad all day. She gonna stand down because she knows she don't want to agitate the situation. But if you still loving on the children, we good.
Mm.
so I'm asking you a question. So y'all have kids together.
Hmm.
So all y'all kids are together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking that because I got three baby mamas and I got a
Well,
wife.
no. Not all mine are together. No. Uh-uh.
That's what I was asking.
No.
So
Just my last one is together.
okay, y'all just got one. How many kids you got?
8 total. Don't say nothing.
So
Yo,
anyway,
that's real, dog. 8 children is real, bro. You
What's
gotta be
eight
Why
a
you
real
children?
laughing,
G,
Gotti? Even Gotti started cracking
bro.
up, dog.
You gotta be a
maybe
real
better
G to
than
have 8 children, bro. That's why I love you, Lil Max. 8 children, that's real, bro.
time out. One more question.
Wow.
I got one more question, baby better. I have one more question. You got 8 kids, right?
Yep.
How many baby mamas? You gotta look up. You gotta look up.
3.
You got three baby. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got
Nope.
three
4.
kids and three baby mamas.
Four.
Huh?
Four. Four. I'm sorry. 4.
Okay. Okay. Four. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me the one you forgot was your wife.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all.
We
But
live.
hey, man, bro, bro, I'm sorry, man.
Nah,
I'm
you
Next
good.
sorry.
You
question,
good.
fellas.
But I get
Next
one more
question.
question, baby.
Hey,
Wait, baby. One more question. So you saying that you want your wife to love on your kids, right?
No. I said I feel loved the most when I see her loving on my children.
yeah,
That happened. Okay. It's
Yeah, and that, I
froze. Is
took
that
me out of
me?
the equation.
right.
It's froze.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next question, fellas. We're moving on. We 30 minutes in. Do you make all the key decisions in your
So,
relationship?
I mean,
Do you make all the key decisions in your relationship?
this is
No.
freezing up a lot, bro. Do what
Do you
now?
make all
Say
the
it
key
again.
decisions in Do you make all
I'll
the
say
key decisions in your relationship?
no.
No.
I start that. No,
No.
no, no.
Simple no.
Most of your key decisions should be done jointly.
Jointly.
If
Yep.
it's affecting your whole family at this point. So yeah, I say no on that one.
No,
You
no, and no for me.
No
you
for me as
agree?
well.
You agree, Mo?
So I'll depending on how you're looking at it. I normally make the final decision, but before I make the decision, I consult with my wife first because we in this together. Now she after we've spoken about it, she trusts my decision. It hasn't always been that way, but that's the way it works now. I go there because I don't want to go over her head with anything, and we be in a battle.
Yeah.
Or even if I make a wrong decision, I didn't talk to her about it, she might not even say nothing. but I could feel the wrath without her having words
He
because of
said the
our
rap.
chemistry. So I
Mm,
consult with her, but yeah, but the final decision is mine. But she trusts me with my final decision, even if she don't, even if she don't agree with it. She trusts that the Lord's going to teach me something in that process, and she's not one that like hold it over my head like I told you so. She still
Mm.
mm,
comes back like the prodigal son with open arms. Hey, let's try it again together.
mm. How do you show your partner love? How do you show your partner love?
You talking to me?
Man,
Or is it
I'll start that one. When I'm angry, I'm gonna use when I'm angry the most because that's when I don't want to, but then I know that's when I need to the most.
Mm,
And I had to learn what her love language is.
Mm.
Um, my wife loves perfume. She loves all kind of stuff. As long as it smells good, she loves it. That and food. So I know that even if I'm beefing with her and I'm upset and I'm out and about in the streets, I'll call up and say, "Hey, did you eat yet?" Nope. What you want? Or if she's mentioned something about a fragrance that she smelled, even if I don't agree with what's going on in the house, little things that I do to let her know, look, we ain't cool right now, but I still love you.
mm,
And she knows it because when I give her a gift, it's from the heart, and I ain't just throwing it at her. I'm packaging it up. That took time. The actual gift itself took time to think about what she wanted. Even if it's food, I asked her what she wanted and how she wanted. She might have asked for a small bowl. I brought her a large one. You know, just it's little things you can do.
mm,
For me, it would be quality time, and it is it's the little things, and knowing her love language and knowing what she appreciates, and because my schedule is crazy, it's a lot of times it's just quality time.
Mm,
right.
And I try to do the quality time, but wind up falling asleep half the time, what I mean, doing quality time because I'd be so tired. So um, for me, loving on her would be able to just spend with no phone, no distractions, her and I just talking, watching a movie. It's the simple things of just being together that makes the difference in the world and paying full attention. That phone is such a distraction. That is really our enemy, that phone,
man.
That's a fact,
because
bro.
it is the enemy to our
Mm,
focus. So anytime when I really want to look, I put that phone down, turn it off. We go to dinner, we have a conversation, and I'm fully engaged. Those little things make all the difference in the world, man.
It does.
yo, when you, man, Lancelot, you are a true artist, bro. Like if you brothers ain't seen Lancelot, bro, doing his thing, no, you got to see it. You're a true artist, Lancelot. You're a Renaissance man. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro.
And I met your wife, yo. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you, dog, when you talk about making that concerted effort, bro.
Yeah,
And it's like when you think about the time spent, it's like you're not anything that you're doing outside of home is truly in your heart, not in vain, because you
right,
know what you're doing. You know what I
right.
mean? And I think we all struggle with that, bro. And you and I've talked about that. I almost lost my marriage straight up and down, going hard as a Marine. You know what I mean? And I always thought my wife understood because she's a Marine. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, if anybody on the planet understand why I'm doing what I gotta do, it's my wife. But the reality is that wasn't the case, bro. And me and Lance have been together. You know what I'm saying? And we speaking to thousands of people. I'm standing behind Lance's wife, like, don't forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Because
yeah.
you remember
That's
that.
right. Because I
You,
damn sure forgot. And at
yo,
first I was like, "What are you doing? What does that mean?" And then, oh, my wife. That's right. Say thank you. Yeah.
yeah,
Good looking
and
out. Yeah, that was that
yeah,
was that was good looking.
yeah. Because
That was
I've been there. I've been
yeah.
there. One of the largest promotions I had as a Marine. I looked straight past my wife. I think everybody there, Gotti, man, we got back in that car.
It's
Ooh,
told you.
hey.
That happened in my retirement, Tio. My daughter's mom. I forgot to mention her, and it wasn't that I overlooked her. It
Yeah,
wasn't that because she came at a later point in my career. By the time I met her,
right.
my career was almost over. It wasn't that I forgot you, but it's something about acknowledgement, public acknowledgement.
They
Yeah,
need it.
As a
they
husband
need that,
with your
bro. They
wife,
need
they
that.
need that, man.
Yeah.
And think about it though. Why wouldn't we? You know what I
Right.
mean? I think sometimes we overlook what's right in front of us.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right. It's great. And I would say to the listeners, one of the things I do a gratitude journal every morning. And
Hmm.
one of the things I always say is I'm grateful for my wife. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I think that we must realize that we got somebody that got our backs. It ain't always
indeed.
perfect.
Right.
It's not always perfect, but it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? And the most important thing is that you got somebody that's riding with you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's down with you. And she might argue with you, but the bottom line is we got a beautiful home. We going in
yeah,
the same direction, and
yeah.
that's what counts. And I don't fuck around. You know what I mean? With all them temptation, that's not even a thing for me anymore.
That's
You
right.
know what I
No
mean?
doubt.
Because I understand the importance of somebody that got your back. You know what I'm saying? That's more important than any kind of pussy, any kind of whatever else out there. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Trust me when I tell you, because you mess
man.
up and lose that, and then you realize you never get that back, and be
Oh
searching for the
man.
rest of your life, man.
Ooh, you talking about sick.
Yep.
Bruh. Every man on this call right now go get in the bed with their wife. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Every one of us. All
Yep.
right, fellas. Last question, man. Last question. Um, we already hit that one. How do you show love? When do you feel the most love? How do you handle conflict with your partner? Did we hit that one already?
No, we ain't talk about that one.
That I'll save that one for last. How do you handle the beef, man? How do you handle the beef? What do you do? I'll start off, man. Me, uh, I think you said it earlier, Lomax. I get quiet, man. I guess sometimes I'm just like, bro, I can't win, bro. Can't win. That's a lot.
Hmm.
I can't win. But some a young brother called me this morning. I won't say his name out of respect for him, but he asked me straight up. He said, I called you specifically for this reason. He said, how do you handle your emotions, man, when you know you're right? Like, what do you do? He's like, when you know you are right, yo, and you ready to yell, you ready to get it on. How do you handle that? And it took me to a place, man, where I said, man, I gotta be honest and tell you it's different for me. I said, because I know the situation in which you're speaking of, you're not under the same umbrella with your son's mom. You know what I mean? Whereas me and my wife, we could have a difference in how we see things and have our beef. But 20 minutes later, we sitting at the kitchen table eating dinner. You know what I mean? So it's like I told him, I said, yo, you only get like one shot. Because if your son's with her, you're not together. If you beef with her, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't agree with something specific, uh, you got to tread lightly. So, what's your thoughts, man? Conflict. How do you deal with it?
I'm gonna go back
But,
to the first statement that I made about the current. For me, everything is about energy, man.
mm,
Um, your kids can feel your energy, your spouse can feel your energy, you can feel your energy when your energy is good and when your energy is off. And when you having conflict, your energy is all the way off. And so again, I had to learn the art of STFU. Shut the fuck up. Cause
Indeed.
sometimes you don't need to say anything. Just shut the hell up. Don't argue because she knows already. She already knows. That's the point. She knows whether you're right or wrong. It's whether you're gonna push the issue to try and prove that you're right or wrong and make it either worse or better, depending on what your actions are. So if I don't say anything, I don't have to prove that I'm right. You already know it. Eventually, you're gonna come around because even no matter how it goes, you're still the man in the house. Everybody's got to come through you. You the yellow footprints, bro. Everybody's got to come through you. So if you're wrong, they still got to come to you. If you're right, they still got to come to you. But it's about your energy and your current that you give to them that determines how you're going to handle it. So if you quiet and you give yourself and her a chance to simmer down, and then when you're at a calmer state where you can say, she's gonna ask you why you ain't say nothing. Why should I when I know I'm right? And that's all you need to say.
How
What
is
about
that?
when you're not right though?
That's what I was about
Well,
to say,
okay.
yo.
So
That's
so
exactly what I was about to say.
when you're not right, you do one of two things. You own it. You can either own it or if you decide to stay quiet when you're wrong, you can do one or two things. You can say, okay, first I need to go to God and ask for forgiveness because I can't go to her right now because she's too pissed. So I'm gonna go to him, ask him to soften her heart. So when I do approach her about my wrongs, we can have a discussion about it and get past it. Because if I try to go to her now when she's upset, it's going to be a bad situation. So there's still going to be some cooling down going on. You just got to figure out when is a nice time for you. And if you know that your mouth gets you in trouble, then you write down what you need to say. You hand it to her because she can't yell at a piece of paper.
Man,
Mm.
man,
She can't yell at a piece of paper. So all she can do is read your thoughts, read your
that's
responses,
real. I
read
like
what you
that.
got to say, and she got a chance to process what you got going on. Period.
I like that. I would say to add to that a lot of times when you argue, both people think they're right, and that's the problem with the argument is that you think you're right, she thinks she's right, and then you're going at it. So in a situation like that, when you're both in your corners, is don't hit below the belt, you know.
Mm,
And we're in a situation now with reality TV where that whole thing of keeping it real and it, is it's affecting us in a terrible way because how we communicate with one another. You know what I
indeed.
mean? It's like we keeping it real and getting up in each other's faces. So you got to be careful with that. The people that's watching out there, these females, as well as males watch these shows and they think this is how you're supposed to be communicating. So I would say to you, step back and don't allow your whoever you're arguing with to control your emotions. You're in control. You can't control what she's saying,
That's
but
right.
you can control how you react to what she's saying. And as a man and as a strong man, don't allow her to take you where you don't want to go.
Yep.
Because sometimes they will push you without even knowing it because they hadn't watched Hip Hop 3 or whatever that crap is that they be watching. That they're keeping it real and they talking all that kind, you know what I mean? And they'll bring you there.
Yeah,
But then that means they have control over you. So
indeed.
you have to learn to control your emotions and control what you doing. You know what I mean? Because you can't control what's going on over here, but you can control how you respond to what's happening. And that's the key. Never hit below the belt, especially if you love the person. Because sometimes you can say something that you can't come back from.
Come on, B.
And they will
Come on.
hold grudges for years over that.
Man, man.
And
Hold
Lancelot,
grudges for years.
what you said makes a lot of sense because there's a difference between logic
Man,
and emotional rationale.
Yes.
Logical rationale and emotional rationale are two different things. So when you come at it from
man,
a
man.
logical standpoint, When you come at it from a logical standpoint, black and white, okay, this is wrong, this is right. I can argue it in a court of law, and everybody's gonna say the same thing. This is wrong, this is right. But when you're emotional, that's out the window.
Exactly.
That is, it doesn't matter whether or
Dog,
not.
That's right.
y'all can't y'all can't tell me, man, that your
How
wife
do you how do you not get emotional though?
don't say something that gets you to that point. I man, hey Lance, a lot. What you just said, yo, I know it's correct. 100%, bro. That's in my heart. That's the only way is to control you. You know what I mean? If you can't control you, because yo, that tongue is sharper than a sword, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of us been hurt by that tongue, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
extensively. You know, and temperament, whatever, whatever you know, zodiac they are, it don't matter, dog. Like we've all been hurt in some way, form, or fashion. And
Absolutely.
and we know how to give that hurt, you know what I mean? But I appreciate you too, man. Lancelot, Jonathan Lomax. I appreciate you too. Because I felt that spark, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, in that moment of like, yo, like there's like I said, man, I could be quiet for days, B. Like I could literally, and my wife knows. I'm like, man, listen, I just I gotta be quiet. You said it, FTFU, STFU, like
Mm-hmm.
because I already know, yo, like you said, that below the belt. Sometimes, man, it
You
goes
can't
back
come
to what
back.
the young, yeah, you can't come back from that, B.
Can't come back from that. Yeah.
And you so sharp with it, man. You won't even realize that you did it. It's already in the atmosphere, though.
Uh-huh.
You'll say some slick stuff off of your mouth and don't even
Mm-hmm.
realize that you said it because your mind's racing already at 1,000 miles per minute. So when
Yep.
you shut yourself down, you're shutting everything. You have to shut everything down because the moment you give a crack in the window for anything to come out, the car is
Yeah,
already moving at 150
Mm-hmm.
miles an hour.
yeah,
So any piece of paper that you got floating around in the car is gonna shoot out quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with your mouth. You're already angry, your emotions are already up in the air. So if you don't learn to shut up, you're gonna put yourself in a bad situation.
And to just to add to that, man, it's a microcosm of life. Relationships are just a microcosm of life. And what I mean by that, for everybody that's listening out there, man, you can't control the external. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Whatever's happened, you get fired from a job or your boss says something, whatever it is. The only thing you can control is the internal.
Mhm.
So
indeed,
work on the internal so that you're able to arm yourself. Because the way to be successful is to continue to grow internally because we can't
indeed,
focus on what's happening externally.
Right.
So the only
indeed,
thing we can focus is our attitude, our discipline, and our effort. You know what I'm
indeed,
saying? That's what we can focus on. And that goes with relationships also. We can't focus on what she's saying or how she feels, but we can focus on how we respond. We can practice on how we respond to how she feels. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's work. That takes work.
oh yeah,
That takes work. But if you're looking to be a better person, in relationships and just in general, you'll do the work. But it doesn't come
Say
like
that thing
naturally. That
again,
takes
Lancelot.
work.
What it that in capital letters? It takes what?
Work.
Work.
word,
Absolutely.
word. Lancelot, you an actor, yo. You an actor. Do have you ever been at those heated conflicts with wifey and you start putting on the acting jump off? Have you ever done
No, no, no. Because
it?
no, no. Because then I wouldn't be real.
Indeed.
Uh, I'm trying to think. Now I might, like if I'm trying to avoid something, maybe I might put on a not, maybe, yeah, because I'm not perfect. So maybe if she asking me something, I might not want her to know, something. I might
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? That might happen. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Hey
just,
man,
just
I like
being one,
oils, man.
That's
just being
real,
100,
yo.
because that,
Yeah.
No
that wouldn't be
doubt.
real if I said no. So I'm just,
Right.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think we all do it. You a professional actor.
right.
I know in order for that water and that current to flow, like Lil Max talked about, I gotta be on my Denzel sometimes. I
Oh
have to
yeah, like
be.
play stupid. Like, yeah, that's, like, yeah, I don't know how they got there. Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
You're right. I do that more than I say. Yeah, you absolutely right. You absolutely right, man.
Because
So
if you don't, it's going to disrupt that
uh
peace.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. And
it.
all you want is
Peace is
peace. I
gone.
just
That's all
want
you want is
peace.
peace. That's it,
Yes,
yo.
yes,
That's all you want is peace.
So now
That's
you
yes.
got to
it.
make a choice. Do I play this game
Yeah,
or do I choose war today? And
And
I
yes.
see,
think I'm
Over
I
some
think a
little
lot
shit.
of
Did you take out the garbage? Oh, I didn't take the garbage out? Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what? My bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it now. I know exactly what you're doing. I do that shit all the time.
no doubt, dog.
I need some of them acting classes from
Yo,
you, bro.
yo, for all the young fellas out there, bruh, don't sleep on what just was said, yo. Like you have if you wanna I've been married a long time. I've been with my wife since '06, man. You know, most of the brothers on this call is live. You know, we've been through the thick of it.
Yeah.
Some brothers on here been married 2 times, 3 times. Yo, like none of us are perfect here, but we just wanted to stop through and share. You know, just being real. Like I always say, it's not scripted. You know,
yeah.
brothers on here got TV shows, podcasts, and all sorts of amazing things happening. You know, I know 3 people, Gregory Hines, you know, uh uh what's the light skinned cat, Lance, what's his name?
Um, Savion.
Savion Glover and Lancelot Theobald. You know what I mean? And you know, when I think of
Hey,
the things that's happening with brothers, man,
Tony.
on this call, each and every one of us, like I said, man, we just wanted to come together as a collective and just build. You know, it's not scripted. As I always say, man, we're just speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
And I appreciate each and every individual out there that stops by and checks this out. But it was some key things said in the recap. You know, I can be honest. These are simple questions that brothers don't wake up every day talking about. You know, like Lance said, man, that phone is dangerous, yo. You know what I mean? That
It's the
phone
enemy,
is
bro. It's the enemy. It's
it
the
really
enemy.
is.
For both parties. For both
Yeah,
Absolutely.
parties.
for all
Absolutely.
parties, kids and
All
Yeah.
all.
parties.
Yep. All parties
All
involved, man.
parties, man.
That's
It's
why it's
it's it's
called
a
cell
distraction,
phone, because
bro.
you be locked in it.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know, every it's funny. Every day I battle with getting up in the morning and not looking at notifications until I do my regimen. And every morning it's like I grab the phone and I got fuck and then I gotta put it down and it's like it's
yeah,
a battle. That
indeed.
shit is like the enemy. It's like it's calling you. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And so it's like it takes work to leave that alone. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And that one of the things they should people start practicing is getting up and doing certain things first before you even look at your phone,
yeah,
whatever that
yeah.
case may be.
Put that
That
phone over
alone,
on the yeah,
that alone will give you power within yourself to be able to not look at that phone first thing in the morning. Get up,
hmm,
have breakfast, do some meditation, do some spiritual, whatever you have to do. Then after about an hour and a half, two, then look at your phone. Try that. That's hard.
yeah, yeah.
That's hard.
It really is. It
Yeah, I'm gonna
is.
pick it right off that. Exactly, because my first 2 hours go to devotion, worship. I do
Mm,
anything. I have to train my energy with some positiveness before I go out in the world amongst the enemy. So I know
There
what
you
I'm
go.
finna face on a day-to-day basis. Plus, this phone ain't nothing but showing me what's going on in the world right here in my. It's easy to get to it if I just pick up my phone and see all these notifications. You see things that immediately trigger you. You know what I mean? It makes you mad, whether it's some dumb the president did, or it's some kind of racist stuff, whatever it is. If you
mm,
don't train your energy to be with some positive thoughts first, you're gonna have a bad day, man. That's just that's what it's gonna be.
Mm, man.
That's right. Bad day, bad. It seeps in your subconscious, man. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. That bad day, bad life, babe. Bad life.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of conditioning going on too,
Yes,
fellas.
yes.
A
They
lot of
doing it on
conditioning.
purpose, man.
Yeah,
I
indeed.
got a challenge for all of y'all. I know
Doing it
you
on
already do it,
purpose.
Lancelot, but here's my challenge for y'all. Do it twice a day. Give yourself 30 minutes of no interaction on. Put that mother down and don't touch it for 30 minutes. If you can increase that to an hour,
Oh yeah.
not having to worry about anything else, give yourself 30 minutes. You give yourself 30 minutes
Y'all
to
keep
either
breaking up on
reflect,
me.
And
begin
what do you
the
do? What do you do in those 30 minutes? Have them do something. Have them do
so
something.
I was gonna say it that in those 30 minutes, if it's the beginning of the day, reflect on what your purpose is for that day.
Mm,
Get your mindset in the position to say, no matter what I'm facing today, I'm gonna face it with a positive attitude.
There you go.
I'm gonna face it with God in my heart, and I'm gonna face it with my chin up, chest out. At
Actionable
the
right.
end,
steps. That's
at
right.
the end of the day, put the phone down for 30 minutes and reflect on everything that you tried to do, that you didn't do,
Didn't
and
do.
that you wanted to do. Thank God for every action that you took, every positive action that you took.
Mm-hmm.
Thank Him for the experience of the challenges that you could not overcome because it
Mm-hmm.
should
Right.
teach you a lesson.
Right.
And then thank Him for tomorrow, should we all be blessed and given
To
grace
wake
enough to
up.
see it.
There you go.
Thank Him for the opportunity to try and do it again.
Press that reset button, baby.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
peace.
I mean, this
That's it.
past Sunday, I got up. Me and my wife went in
That's it.
separate cars. I left my cell phone at home when I went to church, and we didn't get back home till about 8 o'clock that night. Man, it was the most peaceful day. Lord, ain't
Yep.
nobody couldn't get in touch with me. I wasn't worried about the wife because we was together.
Right.
Man,
Yeah, man.
What's your final light bulb lesson before we get out of here? Give us
so
your final light bulb.
so my final light bulb lesson, man. I'm
Mm,
looking at Terrell's hat, man. It said believe, and like I said before, we know believe is because Emmanuel lives. I expect victory every time. But I always say, no matter how dark your situation seems or that it gets, as long as you believe, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because if the I am lives inside of you, then you are that light at the end of
Mm.
the tunnel.
that's peace. Terrell, what's your final light bulb lesson for the people out there?
Man, my light bulb lesson, man, for the evening, man, is hey man, I I'm trying to take in heed of everything these people said to me today. Lancelot, Big Mo, Jonathan, Gotti, Baby Batter. Hey man, my light bulb lesson is is y'all, man. Y'all my lesson.
That's real.
Y'all my
That's
lesson.
peace.
I mean, Lancelot
Appreciate
was
that, bro.
big to me, and Jonathan, you big. Y'all all big, be honest. And
What's what's
I
what's
appreciate the
what's your,
word that y'all gave me tonight.
no doubt, family. Gotti, what's your final light bulb lesson for the people?
Um, I'm gonna go back to what you guys were talking about before this. I'm just gonna give a small little story. A man and his wife had a confrontation about what restaurant they wanted to go to. Something simple, but they were so mad at each other that they didn't speak with each other for days in. I mean, it went like 3 days. His wife had bad asthma. In the middle of the night, around 3 o'clock, well, 11 o'clock before they went to bed, she came to the table and wanted to talk to him, and his pride got in the way. Regardless of what she said, he wouldn't respond. He wouldn't say anything. He went and got in the bed. She went and got in the bed. At 3 o'clock, she had an asthma attack. Reached over and touched him. He thought that she was trying to have sex. He ignored her. The next day, he got up, went to work. He came back home. He came back home at 9 o'clock that night. The house was still the same way. She was still laying in the bed. He just realized something. He go and shake her. She died at 3 o'clock in the middle of the night. So
Wow.
my lesson to you guys is when you're in a relationship, bro, it's about unity. It's not you. It's about both of y'all. So I heard all of the be quiet and just don't say nothing. That's cool too because a harsh word does stir up anger before a kind word will. But
Mm,
you have to sit there and have that conversation with your wife and be a man about it. You don't have to scream at her, and she don't have to scream at you. It's a way you have to set the table to have a very mature conversation with each other, so where you both ain't screaming at each other. And it should never be about who's right or who's wrong. It should always be about what is best for the both of you guys. That's it. And if you can get that in, then you will have a lot lesser beef moments in your life, and you'll have a lot more love going on. So that's mine.
man, that's real. That's real. Jonathan Lomax, what's your final light bulb lesson?
Mm. It's simply this. Um, and I'm gonna do a mo real quick. I'm not a Bible scholar, but I'm a man who believes in God wholeheartedly. Um, love your wife as the Father loves the church.
Ooh, yes.
The church ain't perfect. They got sinners in it, backsliders, redeemed, those who are trying to figure it out. But it's about the journey and the experience that you have along the way. So if you can appreciate the journey and appreciate the fact that every day you have a chance to do it better,
Mm,
and every day you have a chance to be grateful and
mm,
um, just humble to even be here, because there's a lot of people, they didn't wake up today. They
that's right.
never saw 10:30.
That's
Mm,
right.
10:29 was their last day. So be grateful for every breath, bro. Do whatever you can. We ain't in a perfect world. Terrell, I know you, bro. I ain't no better than you, man. Just because your situation is different than mine, that don't mean I'm any better than you, brother. At any
hey,
given point in time, tomorrow could stop for me and you still prosper. So I would say don't focus on somebody else's situation. Focus on the one that God gave you. Be best at that. Be the best at that situation that you can be, no matter what. Ignore everything else, because not me, not Mo, not T.O., not Lancelot, not Gotti. Can't nobody fix your stuff but you. We all the advisory committee. Can't nobody look inside of you and look you in the mirror and say, this is me. This is what I gotta fix. This is what I gotta do. The only person that can do that is you.
Right.
mm,
So look inside of yourself, know thyself, and seek self-improvement. There's my light bulb for the day.
Hey,
Wow.
Lomax, I heard a man say the other day that sometimes we struggle to be good husbands because we haven't learned to be good brides. I was like, what? He said,
mm.
wow, because Christ is the husbandman and the church is the bride. If we the church, we Christ's bride. We haven't learned how to be good husbands because we haven't learned how to be good brides. Again, we haven't learned how to be good leaders because we not learned how to be good followers.
Man,
Man, there you go.
Ooh.
That
Lan-
light got bright at the end, didn't it?
Lancelot, bro. Hey, close us out, Lancelot, with your
Yo,
final light bulb lesson, bro.
I mean, they just dropped some amazing jewels, man. And
Indeed.
I would say, just to expound on the incredible things that were just said, I would say work on you. You can't control her, but you can control you and how you respond, and understand her love language, which people talked about before. Understand her needs, because happy wife, happy life. If you want this to work, then you have to do some research on her, and then better yourself on how you can respond to her. You know, now her actions, whatever she does is what she does, but you be the best you could possibly be. That's all you can control. You know, and you take that with all the other things that was said, and you're on your way to I would feel a much better relationship, although it is reciprocal. You know,
Hmm.
she's got to want to do the same thing. But you
That's right.
can't worry about her right now. You worry about working on you
Yep.
Mm.
and making yourself a better person and making yourself a better spouse and man. You know what I mean?
Lancelot, you know what I learned from my wife? My wife taught me. She said, baby, everything does not require a response, but your
Hmm.
response is everything. So even when you don't respond, it's still a response.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mic
Hey,
drop.
for the
Mic
people out
drop.
there, we love y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you fellas, man, for spending this good quality, genuine time, bro. Every one of you are busy, got things to do, could be doing anything in the world, but you wanted to be here tonight to give your heart, to give your spirit, to give your wisdom. And man, we appreciate that. And as we always say, fellas, without doubt, emphatically, peace.
Peace.
Fellas, it's a pleasure, man. It was an honor, y'all.
He said, love
Blessings,
you, man.
man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right,
Love
Man.
y'all.
y'all.
All right, get
Later.
some rest, Lance.
Yeah, man. I'll be up in like a couple of hours and shit.
No
You on them
doubt.
drill instructor hours. All
Yeah, yeah, brother. All right, y'all. Peace
All
out.
right,
right,
bro.
fam.
Get it, man.
Peace.
ATO.